Hi there. So today is a very special day in the cult of cinema. What are we doing? We're doing a list video, but a different list video. One I probably should have done near the end of the year, but obviously things were kind of hectic then. And I wasn't actually sure that I was going to do this. Now, I didn't want to do it in the way that everybody else does it, or that you see it like in a lot of like videos, or you see it like a lot of like lists online. Hey, Roy Waffles, welcome, man. Oh, dude, I feel you, man. I haven't been sick as that with walking pneumonia, but last weekend was literally in bed, like completely. Hey, Javit. So the idea behind this list, and I got up my own list here, is let's do a video. Hey, Alan, on my best and worst movies, and meh. Hey, George, 2019. Now remember, I'm not choosing what I think are literally the best movies of 2019. I'm choosing my best movies, movies that I enjoyed, movies that I had fun with. I got a worst list, which is the shortest list actually, and I got a meh list, which is ones where I kind of enjoyed them, but they never quite made the worst of list. But they definitely had issues that I couldn't get past. And remember this. Now, there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen yet in 2019, so there are movies that aren't going to be on this list. So if you're looking for like a lot of Oscar contenders like Parasite or something like that, I haven't got around to watching that yet. So obviously those films cannot be listed on here. So hey AME. So with that being said, we can start with worst, meh, or best. But how do you want to start it? There are 9 worst of. There's 11 meh films, and there are exactly 15 best ofs. And these are best of like movie experiences for me. A lot of these will not make the best of on anybody else's list, but they're movies that I actually really, really enjoyed. So, same thing with the worst, same thing with meh. And like it is, it's an opinion thing. Everybody can make their own video. This one's mine. Do you want to start with best, worst, or meh? I have seen Joker. That's a random question, Alan. But no, I do not have any Garth Brooks CDs, though I think I did back when I was in college. I had one of them. Uh, used to know a girl who was a country singer. Hey, Thomas. I've not seen The Grudge, but it looks pretty bad. Worst. Well, we'll get to that, Javed. Don't worry. So let's go to the worst of list. Now, I'm not putting these in any particular order. I thought I was going to at first. Uh, the worst of number one, hey, Scalder, is literally, hands down, probably my worst film for number one. One of these are going to surprise some people. So I'm going to say that right now. I try to not to hate too much on one company. But number 9 is actually, it's Dumbo. And I just didn't like this adaptation of Dumbo. I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. Obviously, the 1999 Batman film is one of my favorites. But I didn't get this one. There's a lot taken out of it. They changed the perspective of the characters. This wasn't like just a Dumbo movie. Dumbo was a movie about an elephant, and there's like bullying and like kind of persevering over bullying and stuff like that, which I think is a really good message in 2019, 2020, when you got a lot of like cyberbullying and all that type of stuff going around. But Dumbo just didn't work for me. Exactly, I like Michael Keaton too. It's just that this film didn't work for me. Uh, and I was not a fan of shifting to like the live action protagonist, like kind of protagonist. That's just me. Okay, one that I think is probably gonna be on people's lists. I'm not sure, but I haven't watched very many of these movies. But I project. Actually, I wasn't a big fan of this Planet of the Apes either. I didn't like that one very much. I can watch it; it's watchable, but it's the least out of all the adaptations of Planet of the Apes, out of all the films that are out there. It's the bottom of the rung. I'll do a Planet of the Apes like I'll do all the movies. I'll do like a ranking of one of these days. A Medea family funeral. Not a surprise. A lot of people do like it, Javed. And it does have some good actors in it, but just certain things that got me. A Medea family funeral. I didn't think I was going to like this one. Supposedly this might be the last one. I'm not sure. I hope so. It's a series that never really got me, and I really don't like them. You could actually, Josh. Yeah, it could. I'll go through these. I'll stop at ones that that I really think needs. Hey, hey, cool blue. Number 7 is The Lion King. It was just bad. The Lion King just didn't work either. I'm not going to hate on Disney too much, but these two just really stood out. I didn't see Aladdin, so I don't know if that's any good or not. But The Lion King just, it was a film. And the animation looks almost too photorealistic to the point where it just really takes you out of the out of it. I haven't seen Aladdin, so it doesn't look the greatest. But that's probably why, because I'd seen these two, and these really bothered me. Next up is one that that shouldn't have been made, to be honest with you, and that's Dark Phoenix. It's literally a film where you see a bunch of actors that don't want to be working on a film that are contractually obligated to do a film. When X-Men Last Stand, the third X-Men film, really didn't work, for some reason, when they decided to make, Alex throwing that, make another Dark Phoenix one, they said, let's fix all our mistakes. Like, it's watchable. It's not good though. By having the exact same people that did X-Men: The Last Stand do this movie. Oh my God. It's it's not good. Why do the same thing over again? At least there's no, I guess, I'm Juggernaut. It's just not a good movie. Okay, the next one, some of you guys are gonna be mad at me for not liking, but I really didn't like this movie. It bored the hell out of me, and I have not gotten through it. And I think this one is on a lot of best of lists, so I'm gonna get some hate for this one. Ad Astra. I didn't like Ad Astra. I tried to like Ad Astra. I tried to watch Ad Astra. I felt it was boring and pretentious. And I'm a guy that can definitely watch boring and pretentious films. But Ad Astra didn't work for me at all. And I'm not sure if you've seen it. You can let me know if it worked for you. But like 20 minutes in, I was wanting to turn the film off. And I was stuck in a plane, like flying across to Morocco, not wanting to finish a movie. Javid, so you're like me. I'm glad I'm not the only person, because it gets so many like best of lists apparently, but not for me. Number 4, Glass. After seeing the like Split and seeing like Unbreakable, I was really excited about Glass. Exactly where I'm. That's the one about the Brad Pitt and space one. Glass doesn't work for me. It's not a good conclusion to the setup arc. Yeah, that's how I felt, Thomas. Like, Glass was a letdown. It was, everything was set up so well. There were so many ways you could go with this. Like, he could have started his own, I don't know, maybe he wanted to do his own, like, he didn't want to do his own franchise, but it seemed like he was going into his own, like, world with this type of thing. And then he just, spoiler alert, kills them off in a very kind of boring, nondescript way. Number 3, The Haunting of Sharon Tate. This was painful to watch. It was badly done. It was bad exploitation. I'm a fan of exploitation films. This one left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Literally felt like I'm on a shower after watching this film. It was bad. And apparently he's made one now about the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson, which, because I like atrociously bad movies, I'm probably going to watch. But I'm not going to pay for it until I'm sure now. I'll wait till it comes out of streaming service. But Haunting Sharon Tate was horrible. Actually, surprisingly, the guy that made probably, Javid, some of your favorite documentaries. Remember those, like, Never Sleep Again documentary? And remember, Crystal Lake Memories? The guy that made those, he made this. He also wrote Halloween 6. I don't think I've seen Don't Let Go. Number 2. I'm going to get some hate for this one. But it's bad. I'm sorry. It's almost good bad. It almost got on the Mad list, but I couldn't because it wasn't good enough to get on the Mad list, especially when it's a franchise that's been fairly solid. Rambo Last Blood. I didn't like Rambo Last Blood. I didn't like it as it was a horrible Rambo film. I didn't like it as an action movie. There were some decent sequences in there. Horrible message, but there was a movie that came out that I didn't see called La Coyote, which is Rambo Last Blood taken to the zenith level, and I love Rambo too actually, but Rambo Last Blood is it's a disgrace to the whole Rambo series, and we didn't need it. I think it's too. It's you know it's going to be AME. It sets a dangerous message precedent that we really don't need right now, and that aside from being just a bad film, well he's got to go over and save him from all the all the evil Mexicans. But if you want to see that movie taken to like another level, go watch La Coyote, which is really a low budget one, which is pretty much Rambo the Last Blood, but with more hate mongering. I don't like getting into that stuff. I just say I didn't like the film. Unplanned, hands down, the worst film I saw this year, last year was Unplanned. Jesse, welcome. Unplanned was freaking horrible. Please don't watch it. It's one of those. Just don't watch it. It's a really bad movie. That's all I have to say about Unplanned. I can't go any farther into it. It's I think it's almost like a Pureflix type of thing. You know what Pureflix is, AME? I don't know if it's Pure. I don't think Pureflix wouldn't do it because it's like a what do you call it? No, yeah, Rambo lives. Yes, don't let this be the movie Rambo dies. And come on, give him a. I want one more Rambo movie, one good one. Back to the Glory Days Part Two, or even Part One. Get like a series, get gritty Rambo film again. That I like. So there you go. That's the worst of 2019. Fromage 2019. So let's do the meh, and then we'll do the best stuff. So there's 11 in the meh, and number 11. It's a movie that I liked, but I didn't like. But when I watched it over again, it just really didn't stick. It was a good one time for first time watch, but meh. Here's meh, and I gotta say. Kubrick Lover is the inspiration for me using a meh category, by the way. So just he's not here right now, but just gotta he'll see this. Uh, Happy Death Day to You. Perfectly decent sequel. Works on its first watch. On a rewatch, I don't think it works as well. It's an okay film, but it's just that. It's an okay film. Is there another Rambo film? It's okay. Like honestly, as a watch, I think you'll enjoy it. But I just can't put it in the best of. It Chapter Two. Again, I wasn't expecting a lot from this one, so I got pretty much what I expected out of it. Please, like a little bit, probably a little bit more, but it was overtly long. It definitely could have been cut. My God, I don't have my worst of movie in there. Okay, stop right now. I forgot my worst film of 2019. Unplanned was the runner-up. For some reason, it stopped at two. But you want to talk about biggest letdowns, Javed? You want to talk about worst of 2019? I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. For me, that is the worst film of 2019, hands down. It was a film I was looking forward to. I liked the original Spit in Your Grave. It's a dark film. Sat down to watch I Spit in Your Grave, Deja Vu. It is it's a sequel actually, Javin, to the original Spit in Your Grave. It's not the new ones, but the sequel. Hey Jacob. It runs 2.5 hours long. Camille Keaton she's as good as she can be, Jesse. I mean, Camille Keaton's a good actress. The original is a fantastic film. Yes, So I'll give you the basic plot line without telling you everything. In this movie, it's years later. You know, as like in the original. Well, let's read the second one. The other series is kind of its own series, so it's the second actual like official film. But Camille Keaton's a writer. She wrote like about what happened to her back from the first film. She became a very famous writer. She had a daughter who was the biggest supermodel in the entire world. I'm not joking. This is a plot point. Who comes home and they meet at a cafe, and she tells her mom that she's tired of being the greatest supermodel in the world. She doesn't want to do that anymore. I'm not joking. That this is a part of the film. So she's going to quit and just do her own thing. But she says, you can't let down on your fans. You're the greatest supermodel in the world. But all of a sudden, a van comes up and kidnaps both of them. I'm not joking. And the van has the family led by like the families of the victims, you know, the bad guys, the first film. And it and the main girl, the main bad girl, is the wife of the bad guy from the original film, and it is heavily kind of like mentioned that it's kind of hinted at that her daughter is actually a product of the first film. I'm not sure where it goes with that, but there's not everybody makes it out alive, and I'm not just talking about the bad guys. Spoiler alert. It's really hard to watch. It's 2.5 hours long. Some people said if it was cut down, you know, it would be like a better movie. I just think it would be a more bearable film, but it still wouldn't be a good film. There's this weird kind of subplot where there may be something going on with the town. Like the town seems like they could kind of be in on. Like it's just strange. It's oddly done, or maybe it's just that the town is so small that it's like just those people. Anyway, I can't believe I forgot it. Spit in Your Grave, Deja Vu, hands down the worst movie of 2019. And I watched The Haunting of Sharon Tate and Unplanned. 2.3 is a very, very like generous rating. I'll be right back. Got that. Just to watch it. You are suck for punishment. Oh yeah, look, Birds of Prey is based on the comic books. I love that. All right, so back to the Maz. Yeah, it chapter 2. But Jesse, remember this I Spit in Your Grave is not the new franchise. It's the original, and that's what makes it sad. It's actually directed by the original director of the original I Spit in Your Grave. I'm going to get into that one, William, but definitely is not on the worst list. We have very different thoughts on that film. Trust me. I actually saw it in theater too. Spider-Man: Far From Home. It hit the Matt list. As much as I love Tom Holland in the role of Spider-Man, I kind of like where they're going with it and the world building. I don't think the films are as good as the Sam Raimi films, and I'm even including Part 3 with that one. I'm going to be controversial here. They just seem more comic booky. But Spider-Man: Far From Home, it was okay. And Mysterio is a favorite villain of mine, and the actor Jake Gyllenhaal, again, another actor that I really like. But I just felt it was kind of more of the same, and I didn't feel like anything really new was put into the new Spider-Man film. And it relied a little bit too much on the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Tony Stark in particular. They're trying to hammer home the fact that, look, he's the next Tony, he's the next Tony, he's the next Tony. But yeah, it doesn't work that well. I like the DC animated, DC live action universe. Well, they're all the same now since Crisis. Spider-Man: Far From Home. No, I already said that one. Child's Play. Better than I thought it was going to be because of Mark Hamill. The lead actor was pretty good as well. Uh, but aside from that, like the plot line behind it, is really not great. The reasoning behind him becoming Chucky, again, not well done. And the ending, it's kind of rushed. It seemed like they had a lot of great ideas and a lot of kind of like mixed. Hey, well, we're doing the best, worst, and meh, and I'm at the map section. But Child's Play, yeah, it's in the meh. Men in Black International. You put Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson in a film, two people that have proven that they work well together, and you give them not a very good film to be in. I'm sorry. Not a huge fan of that, but yeah, just meh. Really, there's literally it's the definition of meh. Why did I put that there twice? The Hustle. I'm not sure if anybody saw The Hustle or not, but it was a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which itself is a remake of another film. It starred Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson, I think, if I remember correctly. I know. I'll be doing a lot of videos on that on the Random Syndrome's halfway to Black Friday sale, but it wasn't very good. Now, I haven't watched Lighthouse yet. That's the thing. I would love to tell you, and there's certain movies that I will talk about, and I'll be revisiting 2019. But there's a few that I haven't seen. So once I see that, I'll let you know. But The Hustle doesn't work. The Hustle doesn't work as a film. And when people say, "Well, what about like the fact that they swap genders and all that type of stuff?" It really doesn't work in this film. If you haven't seen Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, you should have seen it by now because I'm going to spoil a bit of it for you. The ending of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, the whole idea is that Steve Martin and Michael Caine are two conmen, and they're trying to con this. They got a bet to con this girl. At the end of the day, at the end of the film, the girl's the one that's been conning them all along. Which, it works. It's kind of cool. But when you reverse that, and all of a sudden, it's these two girls, and the guy's like totally, it doesn't work. Extremely wicked, shocking, evil, and vile. I could not believe that a movie about a true crime film could kind of bore me that much. It did. I didn't get into it. I thought there was some great acting in the film, but still, wasn't for me. Number 3, Hellboy. Again, David Harbour, I think, was the perfect choice to take over the role of Hellboy, and extremely missed opportunity. Damn it. Number 2, if you guys are even listening right now, the remake of Pet Sematary. Sometimes dead is better. Again, perfectly passable as a remake. The twist would have worked a lot better if, for instance, you wouldn't have found out the twist in the trailer. And probably the most controversial things going to be on my list. One of the most controversial things going to be on my list. Number 1 in the meh is that it's okay, but it's not a great It's not great. Joker. I am a huge, huge Joker fan. I have not seen Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark yet. I'm waiting to buy. For some movies, Jesse, I wait to buy like till like, Boxing Day comes so I can buy them on like 4K or Blu-ray. Because I don't want to like, if I haven't seen them in theater, I don't want to watch them on streaming or anything like that. The Pretty Good is about what I can say when it comes to Joker. It's pretty good, but I've seen a lot of pretty good films this year, and they're not nominated for Oscars. And at the end of the day, the Joker's pretty good. It's not a movie that's going to like inspire people. I don't think to go out and do anything evil and wrong, but it's still. I don't, I think Sculder, if they would have called it something else, maybe I would have got into it more. But I think maybe I'm too big of a comic book fan. Maybe that's it. The fact that they actually call this the Joker, but has absolutely zero to do with the Joker that you would see in any of the Batman. He's not going to become the Joker from the Batman universe, because I can tell you right now, I can buy his mental illness and his strangeness and his laughing and all that type of thing. I cannot, in any stretch of the imagination, ever buy that there is any way that this is the Joker that's going to take on Batman for the next few years. It's not. It's an alternate universe Joker. And I really had to get my headset around that in order to really get into the film. But that being said, still to this very day, it doesn't work. Now, I want to get, for me anyway. No, it's not Oscar worthy. There's some great sequences in it. Joaquin Phoenix does a good job in the role, but I would not give him the Oscar for it. I think Heath Ledger deserved the Oscar for his Joker more so than this one, and I really think that the posthumous Oscar for Joker in Dark Knight, even though it's a brilliant performance, I'm a little jaded on that. But I'm a real big Heath Ledger fan, so I'm glad he got it. I'm just sad that I had to get it that way. Now, before I do my best of list, I want to say one thing right now. These movies are not, I think they may give it to the Joker, actually. I kind of hope that Parasite gets a lot of stuff. These are the movies that I had the most fun with. Are they the best movies that were made? No. Some of these probably would go on people's worst of lists, or they're kind of okay lists, but these are my favorites. And there are 15, and I will explain why I enjoyed every one of them, unless I really don't want you to know the movie until you actually watch it yourself. And I'm going to start with the controversial one. One that I can honestly tell you right now is not going to be on anybody's best of list. I don't think so many anybody's worst of list. It's just not going to be on anybody's list at all. But one thing you have to know about me is I'm a comic book, video game. I like my fun movies. And there's a movie that I had a lot of fun with this year that I thought I would hate, but I didn't. And it had Ryan Reynolds. No, that was on my worst list, actually. Just like, I think it was on my worst stuff. I may have been a little bit hard on Dark Phoenix, to be honest with you. Detective Pikachu. I bet you didn't see that one coming. Detective Pikachu was fun. Definitely I've played through a lot of the Pokemon games, watched the cartoon series, and I was familiar with the game that the Detective Pikachu was based on. So to see the first live action Pikachu, like a Pokemon movie come out, have it being based on kind of the mystery, kind of like its story in the series, was very different. Did anybody else even see this movie? Just let me know if you've even seen it. Even if you didn't like it, it's okay. But see, that's why I did my best of list last, because there's gonna be some really unique, weird stuff on here, and I want to get your thoughts on that. But Detective Pikachu was fun. Ron Reynolds was great in the role, and it's obvious. I mean, it's probably meant for a lot younger audience than me, but uh, I just really enjoyed it. I understand. Like I'm saying, like this best of list, I'm not saying these are the best movies of 20. These are my best movies of 2019. Number 14 isn't a theater film because I didn't want to limit it just to theater films. I didn't do that. But I don't think it was theater film anyway. Did you really get that? Is cool. There's a new like Ron Reynolds movie coming out that I'm actually super stoked about, where he's like a what's it called? He's like a video game character. Uh, it looks super good. You kind of gave waste out there. Oh, definitely do that. Free Guy, yeah, Free Guy. It looks so awesome. I was in the theater and I saw like a preview of that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm down. 14 is Brexit. Benedict Cumberbatch did an amazing job. Like he totally gets lost in this role. This is, it does deal with Brexit, with what happened and how it happened. Uh, the decision that shocked the world. I'm not sure if I have any people here that are from UK, but I can tell you right now, nobody else in like that I know saw this coming. Uh, and it is a kind of a brilliant movie that kind of helps explain how the power people got into place. And I really, really like this. I haven't seen 1917. I'm pretty sure, Jesse, if I had seen 1917, it would probably be on my best of list because I do like these type of films. And what you have, Brexit shocked us and scared us, and it kind of let us know for things how things were to come. So going up from that is I haven't seen The Lighthouse yet. I got to see that one actually. Yes, Trick. Now, Trick was a little film. It came out, as far as I know, I don't know if it even got the theaters. I caught it on DVD. It came out on DVD and Blu-ray in Walmart. It was done by Todd Farmer and Patrick Lussier. Probably got the names pronounced wrong, actually. But they worked together on like My Blade Valentine remake, and they they did a few things. Drive Angry, that type of stuff. And Trick it was fun. It was kind of a throwback. Wasn't an overly big film, but I enjoyed it. It was kind of throwback to the old slasher stuff, bit of mystery to it. It reminds me of a certain TV series that I cannot like even mention to you. Oh yeah, Jason X is Todd Farmer. He's actually in the movie. I can't even describe it to you without actually. I'm looking at the picture now. Oh, that is cool, man. Hey, now, John, welcome, dude. I'll be doing a new Jallo video in the near future, so keep an eye for that one. But Trick, I enjoyed it. It was acting on some of it is a bit iffy, but that being said, still a fun film. Number 12, this is not a hard one for me. I'm a huge kaiju fan. I love Tokatsu. So Godzilla King of the Monsters was definitely going to be on my list. It really bothers me, people's complaints about there being too many monsters in Godzilla King of the Monsters. You kind of want to like show them a Showa era or like a Heisei film, and just want to like slap them because I'm sorry, what the hell do you expect with Godzilla King of the Monsters? Hopefully monsters fighting other monsters, because that's what Godzilla is. The humans in Godzilla, they're cursory characters. They're the Kennys. They're the other characters. But Godzilla King of the Monsters, definitely. Number 11, and I don't want to say too much about this one. I enjoyed it. I haven't heard many people talk about it, but it was a Shudder film, and it came out in 2019, and it's called Cold Skin. Uh, I thought they did a good job with it. Oh, let me know what you think when you went watch it, Scholar. Uh, I thought Cold Skin was a good film. I had know nothing about it going in. Hey, Joseph, welcome. But I watched it and really got into it. Really enjoyed the film. Is The Lighthouse anything like Cold Skin? I really don't know. Uh, that's a legit question. But that's all I want to say. Cold Skin, check it out on Shudder. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you will too. This one I think is on Amazon, or was this one on Shudder? I can't remember which one I watched it on. One Cut of the Dead. So if you have not seen this movie, it's a really good movie. That's all I'm going to say. One Cut of the Dead. It's one of those where it's like kind of like when you originally saw Train to Busan and you're like, man, I can't watch another zombie movie. I'm done. I'm burnt out. And then you saw Train to Busan and you're like, wow, no, I'm not burnt out on zombies. I'm just bad out on mediocre or bad zombie films. One Cut of the Dead is much like that. You feel like, oh, I don't want to watch this. I've seen this stuff before. You haven't. And it's really, really good. Have I seen The Burning, Javid? Of course. I own The Burning. I love The Burning. 1982 or 1981. 81, I think. One of my favorites that year. The next up for me is I don't know if I've seen Miss Zombie. I got to check that out. Is Ready or Not. I went into Ready or Not. Actually, it's a tie for number 9, and it's Ready or Not, Satanic Panic. I saw both those films on the same night. I had heard nothing about either one of the films, but I enjoyed both of them. And they both there's you could double feature Ready or Not and Satanic Panic. It would be one hell of a double feature, one really really good double feature that you put out there. But Ready or Not, Satanic Panic. If you've never seen any of those two films and you're a horror fan, and you like your horror a little bit tongue through cheek, then you definitely want to watch both these films. Please understand, Ready or Not is not uh, not the regular home invasion type film. It's not that. It's comedic. I do not get on there. You've start a hashtag, Jesse. Justice for the Wailing. Chicken nuggets I did not actually. 8 is Midsummer. Again, I don't want to give away too much of that. I really enjoyed it. It reminded me of another film that I'd seen many years ago. But I enjoyed Midsummer. I thought it was really fun. I liked most of the Ari Aster stuff so far. So Midsummer just kind of, went along with that. Some people aren't going to get the next one, but I love this. Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. I old enough that as a young boy I saw the original Star Wars in theater. I've seen all the Star Wars films pretty much in theater except for Solo. We bought that one in 4K and I watched that one here. So to see kind of like the end of the saga, and we'll watch it with my better half, who's a complete geek for this stuff like me. It hit me that we've gotten through this, and it's gone there. I did agree with there's a see I don't agree. I like the script for Rise of Skywalker, and there are things that I thought I wasn't gonna like. There's things that were set up in Rian Johnson's film that I thought I was going to be bothered by. The fact that they didn't follow through on. The top one being everyone can be a Jedi. Yes, and those people, sometimes, Jesse, sometimes there are people that cannot have like joy in their life. I prefer to have joy in my life. Everybody has an opinion, but we left enjoying the film, really liking it, and my better half looked at me and said, why did people not like this film? And I said, because some people aren't going to like things. Just that's probably the truth. Actually, some people are just dead set. They're not going to like it. Right now, Star Wars is going through this thing where, unless your name is the Mandalorian, a lot of people hate on it. Is it my favorite film of the year? Probably not. But it, as a guy that's followed it all the way through, one of the best things for me is how Leia goes. That was extremely well done and extremely respectful. So I enjoyed that part of it a lot. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, man. Avengers Endgame. It was a culmination of 10 years. Really, was it 10 years? Was it even more than 10 years? But yeah, about 10 years of like films. Hey, Daz, welcome, man. And they did it well. Oh, Empire Strikes Back. Can't beat Empire Strikes Back, man. William, we're on the same page with that one. But it wasn't made this year, so, last year, so I'll go with that. Avengers Endgame, I really enjoyed. I thought it was a really fun film. It followed through. It delivered. And at that point, what you want to do is just deliver a decent film. And I've rewatched it since. I like it. It's not one I'm going to go back to the well and watch over and over again. But for a film, it's finishing off that saga, that particular saga, it definitely delivered on it. Number 4 is Captain Marvel. I saw Captain Marvel in theater 3 times. I'm a huge fan of the character. I thought that it was done extremely well, and I love space like type of like superhero films. So Guardians of the Galaxy was big with me. Captain Marvel, I like the way that's done. I like these period pieces. I love the way that the '90s was used. I'm a huge fan of Skrulls. I utterly loved the twist on the Skrulls in Captain Marvel. That was brilliant. And for me, that was one of the big things. Like, I know some people like hate it for other reasons and stuff like that. But if you actually go in objectively and watch the movie, it's a good movie. All right, number 4 is a tie again. So here we go. And there are 2 documentaries. Well, 3 really. One is, yeah, Nick Fury is awesome at that. The Great Hack, which is a really fascinating documentary on Cambridge Analytica, who are literally the specter of like the real world. They're the evil of the real world. Yeah, watch The Great Hack. You'll find out how scary and how easy it is to target us when it comes to social media. It is freaking scary. Neither one. I have not seen Cats. I have not seen Black Christmas. But I can tell you one thing from what I've heard. Cats would make my worst of list. Black Christmas is never going to make my worst of list. Only the 2006 one. That would make my worst of list. Thanks, George. Thanks for coming in, man. Not that I think that it's great. I just don't think it's a worst of film. And the fire documentaries. The fire documentaries were brilliant. I like those. So I think they're done 20. I'm pretty sure they're done 20. Next up is one of the best action movies of 2019. And it's a pretty easy one. Goes without saying. I don't think this is going to be a controversial choice. Where Rambo Last Blood did everything wrong. John Wick 3 did everything right. It got the action sequences really well done. It progressed the plot line and made the story just really interesting to watch. You got to see more of that badass John Wick character, and they left it open in a way that didn't seem unrealistic to keep the films going. They introduced new characters, new plot lines that really made the film. Sorry, not feeling well. Really made the film work well. So John Wick 3, just a great sequel all around. Hey, right on, Scudder. Next up is Us. I loved Us. I like Get Out. There's something about. I love Lupita. She's gorgeous, and she's such a fantastic actress. So anytime I see her in anything, but she just really kills in this. She does like a dual role in this film. The twist is not something that is hard to figure out. I really don't see it as a twist. Some people are like, well, you know, I figured out the twist. Yeah, but Amy, I'm actually with you on that one. I think I love both of the films, but I may have enjoyed Us just a bit more. But it's not about, oh look, I figured that out. No, it's about the journey and how it gets there. And there's this genius sequence in the film where there's the second family, right? And the second family, they're being attacked, and the guy is trying to get basically his Alexa, you know, type of thing, and it's like Alexa, call the police, and it's one of my favorite lines of 2019 of any film, and so and Alexa said, "Did you say play NWA's Fuck the Police?" And I cracked up. That was good. That was genius. I loved it. That's why it's number two. And yes, these last ones here are in order. And my favorite film of 2019 was one I watched late in the year. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's real, man, Jesse. Watch it at your own like discretion. It's don't pay anything for it. Like if you can see it, like whether it's streaming or you're flying somewhere, it's a really bad film. It's a really racist film. I'm not joking. It's a super racist film. So know that going in. But yeah, it's really bad. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was my favorite film of 2019. I went in expecting something really, really different. Especially when I heard the Sharon Tate thing. So, needless to say, I expected a very different ending from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood than I got. I was pleasantly surprised with every aspect of that film. As for the whole like the Bruce Lee sequence of the film, I actually think Bruce Lee would have got a kick out of it. I don't think he like it's like you know his daughter may have been bothered by it, but I really don't think he would have been. I think if anybody would have enjoyed it, it would have been him, because he did have a sense of humor for it too. Yeah, he would have fun with it. And it's a fictional character beating up a fictionalized version of a real character. That's the thing. It's fictional characters, man. Fictional characters. Oh, I would. I mean, like, because I watched. I don't think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's slow at all. I mean, it's a long film, but I watched long films that are extreme. Like I watched Deja Vu, you know, Spit in Your Grave, Deja Vu, my worst film of 2019. That ran 2.5 hours long, and it seemed like it ran on for over 4 hours. It was really that rough. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just clicks along. I haven't seen The Irishman yet. That's why it's not on my list in either way. But like it just goes along so. Even though the movie like it's a longer film, it doesn't seem long. I think it runs at like 160 minutes or something like that. But it just flew by for me. Leonardo DiCaprio did amazing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. See, there is where I would say, okay, you want to see a role that I think could go for an Oscar? Leonardo DiCaprio's role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He does a great job playing this role. And it's one of those roles where you see it and you're like, my God, yes, he is totally meant to play this character. And it's a genius like character. That's definitely an amalgamation of like a lot of different like Hollywood actors. But if you've not seen the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio plays this guy who was like had a big like Western TV show, and he was a star. He has a show very much like Wanted Dead or Alive, very much like the Steve McQueen like show Wanted Dead or Alive. So he just like after a couple of like big seasons, like he quits the show, and this is all before the movie starts, right? and now he's got his career has pretty much gone down, and he's playing like the guest villain on every on every show, like westerns and TV shows and cop shows. He's just basically he's made a career pretty much now of like he's no longer the leading man. He's getting old. He's playing the villain. Um, he forgets lines a bit, but he feels he's got that one big break left in him. And like one of the biggest directors in the world, Roman Polanski and his wife have just moved in next door to them. So he runs quite the gambit. So if you've not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I recommend it. I recommend that you buy that one. It is my top release of movie of 2019, and like it was a good year. It was a good year in films. I had 15 best ofs and only 9 worst. So that for me that's well 10 worst. That's a damn good year. Worst trend. So what I'm getting said there. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I got the like 20 series 26 Doctor Who coming in the mail with I still gotta see that. I really want to see that, Jesse. I feel that will be like close to a best of because I love those insane movies. Doctor Who series, the last series was a bit up and down. The it was the first for one with Chibnall, first one with Whitaker, and I understood like a bit of like I'm not sure if I like this, not that type of thing. Now we're 4 episodes into the new Doctor Who series, and every single episode has been friggin' solid, like all the way through. Really good episodes, with apparently this one being going to be supposed to top the rest with a big shocker in there. So I'm not sure what that's going to be. I'm watching Raw Rumble. I'll probably watch it tomorrow. But tired, so tired of the Doctor Who hate that I'm seeing online. There's a couple channels, and I swear to God that, and I don't even want to mention their names because I so hate them that I don't want to give them any type of publicity at all. That they will go on there and every single video is like, oh, well, Doctor Who has gotten a lot worse, and I hate this, and look at the ratings going down, type of thing. They don't watch the show. I can honestly say none of them watch that damn show, or they would not say that. Cause, oh, it's gotten better. Anyway, worst trend of 2020, I guess. As we start on that, hating on Doctor Who. I want to see Marriage Story. I'm an Adam Driver fan. So I do kind of want to see that. I liked him in, was it Girls? That Lena Dunham show. I didn't like him until Growing Pains. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, like, then I can't go back and watch Growing Pains now because, well, honestly, because Buddy's crazy. The lead actor. But yeah, the guy that did Saving Christmas, Kirk Cameron, right? That's his name. He's totally cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. not even gonna. Alan Thicke. Alan Thicke was cool. I liked Alan Thicke. Alan Thicke would have embarrassed Kirk Cameron, like the rest of us were. I started hating Kirk Cameron back when, God, what was her name? There was a girl, and I think she'd been a play-by-play mate before, and she played his girlfriend. I think his name was Julie or something like that on Growing Pains. So at this point, Kirk Cameron was the big guy on Growing Pains, so he was putting his clout around. And so this had been a big role for her, like a big chance for her to do something, right? And anyway, so he said, no, she was once in Playboy. I think I'm going to get her fired. And he did. He got her fired off the show because somebody that had been in a Playboy magazine could not grace the screen with Kirk Cameron. So fuck Kirk Cameron. Good thing I didn't put this as a kid's one, huh? Fuck you, Kirk Cameron. You screwed up Growing Pains. You selfish little asshole. Just had to say that. Oh man, hate the guy. Hate the guy. I used to watch that show too, man. But yeah, I did like Leonardo DiCaprio in Growing Pains because I pretty much, I was out of it by then. I was like a young actor. No, they brought in a young actor to save a show type of thing. You know what they do with shows, bring in a kid actor. And usually when they do that, like the show is kind of like it's on its last leg. Married with Children. Hey, look, we suddenly have a child. Yeah, it's one of those things they put in that usually kills a program. I don't know how many shows are like that. Hey, guess what? Well, we've been running for 6 seasons now. Might as well bring in a kid or jump a shark, like legitimately jump a shark. Aaron's rants at the end of these videos. So that's my best, worst, and meh of 2019. That's my rant for like worst thing of 2020. I haven't seen Critters Attack. That's one that I haven't got a chance to watch yet. It's the Kenny thing. It's like the Kenny thing. It's like you want to put a Kenny in there in there. And Kenny is like for people that don't watch like kaiju films. Kennys are of 9 kids in monster films, particularly like Gamera and Godzilla. But could be related to other ones as well. We call them Kennys. Things that I'm looking forward to in 2020. Let's see, what movies am I looking forward to in 2020? What's coming out? Well, I'm actually looking forward to that No Time to Die. I have not seen Knives Out. I really want to see that movie, actually. Wonder Woman, No Time to Die, Black Widow, Mulan. Actually, the first Disney live-action movie that I'm actually interested in seeing is Mulan. New Mutants, which I think is going to be bad, but I'm going to watch it in that like, oh my God, this is going to be so bad, it's a good type of way. Tenet, Christopher Nolan. Invisible Man, I definitely want to see. I'll probably watch Ghostbusters. I'm not excited about it, but I'll watch it. Same with Morbius, I'll watch it. Not excited about it, but I'll watch it. Color in Space, yes, definitely. Godzilla vs. Kong, if it's still coming out next year. Free Guy, I want to see. Halloween Kills. And maybe Scoob. Although, what I've seen about Scoob I haven't liked. The voice cast in Scoob is really bad. As opposed to like the cast for the other Scooby. Like, or I'll just put it this way. Matthew Lillard should never have been let go as Shaggy. He is Shaggy. He took over that role. He mastered it. No Time to Die is my favorite film coming out in 2020 that I'm thinking about right now. It's got James Bond. It is the last Daniel Craig one. We've got like, okay, let's just put it out there. Dr. No, Rami Malek playing Dr. No. You know he's playing Dr. No. We all know he's playing Dr. No. They're doing it again. They say they did it back with the Star Trek movie. They said, oh, who could Benedict Cumberbatch be playing? Could it, it's a new character. It's not Khan. It was Khan. Rami Malek, he's Dr. No. I'm saying it right now. He's Dr. freaking No. Watch the trailer. He's Dr. No. They're going to end off this saga like they started the original Bond saga with the Dr. No character. They're even calling it No Time to Die. It's a blunt hit over the head that Dr. No is in this film. And Billie Eilish, I hope I got that right, is doing the theme song. If you're not familiar with her, she did a really good album. She's a very young girl. I think she's maybe 18. I think maybe 18, 17 or 18. She works with her brother, and if you've ever seen the movie Brightburn, which some people put on their worst list, and those people want to slap with a fish, just mackerel, not mackerel, halibut or something like that. She did the song "Bad Guy." So even if you don't think you've heard her, you probably heard the song "Bad Guy" before. It's at the end of Brightburn, and which should be on my list as like kind of movies I liked. But oh yeah, I definitely think Saturday. He even looks kind of like his hair and like the style, but he's got like a scarred face, I think, but it's kind of cool. But yeah, she's doing the theme song to "No Time to Die." I'm a big fan of her work. I love the song "Bad Guy." I like the irony of it. And if you've never heard it, it's kind of a cool song. Now, apparently, some people took to hating her online because she's young, and she's doing James Bond. So if if you're the type of person to do that, you're probably not going to like my channel. I'll let you know right now, because no, that's a dickish move. She's a kid, man. Don't be like that. She's like younger than my youngest kid. Do I have any vinyl records? I do actually. I got some, Alan. But unfortunately, I don't have a record player right now. I need to get a new record player, which I'll probably wait till I get to Morocco to get my vinyl. I'm going to be got to be very careful getting my vinyl collection across to Morocco. Actually, I get to Morocco, I think, in every one of these videos now, because it's kind of on my mind. In the back, it's always in the back of my mind, like things that I have to do. I like a list, a checklist. I'm going through it with you guys. It's kind of like there was like a soap opera back in the day, Young the Restless, actually, it was. And my grandmother used to watch Young the Restless. I was not a fan. It was like this really slow soap opera. And every like episode, like every week long, there's this villain, right? And he was trying to make this check. He was dying, and he was trying to like set up this guy to 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 be his murder, because he was going to die anyway, and he knew that the guy was having an affair with his wife. So he was like, but he was doing it like really slowly. So every week, at the end of the week, they'd be like, buy gun, check. Buy bullets, check. Rent house, check. It was really long and annoying. But yeah, I have one thing coming that I know about, because I had ordered it and bought it about months ago. So I'll be unboxing something from Amazon UK in early to mid-February. So that should be interesting. And you guys will know what it is anyway. It's a Doctor Who thing. I don't think I've heard Bandmate, but I'll check them out. I'm a little bit behind on my music stuff. I start to watch the new stuff, and then I'll get into watching like some of the older stuff, because I'm old, man. I'm old now. It's a Lunar New Year, apparently. That's it, Thomas. Yeah, I guess like, and there's like certain songs that I think that I remember that nobody else remembers, and when I'm feeling like kind of like, I'm not sure romantic, but I'm feeling like nice, like super nice thoughts about my better half. There's a song by Tracy Ullman called "They Don't Know," about us, which if you've never heard it, like it's actually she was a remake of a song that had already been done, but she perfected it. She did the best version of it, and I just really like that song. "To Live and Die in L.A." Certain songs I go to. It depends on the film, man. I mean, like, I hated Quantum of Solace. That's my worst James Bond movie of all time. And I think it's one of the worst action movies of all time. It's really badly directed. But Do I have any Elvis? Not. I don't have very much Elvis now, Alan. I used to. My dad's a huge Elvis fan. I'm actually named after Elvis, Alan. Elvis, middle name Elvis Aaron Presley. Aaron is my name, and that's why. It's not. It's not, it's there was no like my family were like, well, that's the from the Bible. No, I'm named after Elvis. Music biopics. So I'm guessing Rocky Man was like when you. 39. So that's American Amazon, right? The Night Comes For Us. I haven't seen that. But yeah, Aaron was I was named after. Yeah, his middle name and also named his twin. So that's how I got my name. Which at my workplace is like was sometimes it's a great way to break ice. Like, oh, your name is Aaron, so how does that work? Well, no. Are you named after Moses' brother? Like, no, actually, I'm kind of just named after Elvis, and I have no musical talent. I think they were hoping I would. I'd be like the next Elvis or something like that. Obviously not. Oh, I love the raid. So I would definitely check that out. But there you go. Anyway, guys, this is gonna be a shorter video. Right, 66 minutes, almost 67 minutes long. Russell Elvis, John Carpenter directed that one. I love it. I also used to watch the Michael St. Gerard Elvis, the early years TV series that came on. It was a miniseries first, and he spun it off to a TV series, but only ran one season. Michael St. Gerard, by the way, you might want to check out in the Vinegar Syndrome film. What was the name of that one again? Do you remember, guys? Star Time, I think it's called. Anyway, it is a Royal Rumble night. I may actually do a wrestling-oriented video on the Royal Rumble tomorrow. So we'll see. If you guys are interested in that at all, please join me here and let people know, because anytime I mention Doctor Who or wrestling, my videos do not get as many views. So I appreciate that. Have a great night, everybody. I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You are the cult of cinema, and you guys are awesome. Enjoy the Rumble. I have no idea who will win because I haven't watched wrestling in months.